Namaskar, I'm Nishant Kumar Azad and today I'm in Asansol and the guest of today's interview is Agnimitra Paul ji, who is Vice President of Bengal BJP. Agnimitra ji, welcome to organization.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Agnimitra ji, you have been MLA for the last 5 years. So if I ask you, what is the poll plank this time for this constituency?
See, for this constituency, we have been asking for a bridge on Damodar River connecting Bakura and Asansol South. Rather, Bakura and entire West Bardhaman. Because it's a huge problem. And for the last so many years, people have been asking for a bridge from the, I think, left government. 34 years, they didn't do anything. Then 15 years of Mamata Banerjee. Many a times she promised. The minister who stays over here from this Asansol North constituency, Malay Ghotok, he also said that, we'll start the bridge and we have received funds and everything, but nothing really happened. So it's our promise to the people of Asansol South that if we come to power, we will build the bridge.
But it's been 5 years you are MLA from here. What stopped you from making that
This
bridge?
I had approached Honorable Minister Nitin Gadkari ji, his office, and I was told that the rules and regulations of his department, there's a rule that from the highway there has to be certain kilometer within which they can do the bridge, but this doesn't fall under his jurisdiction. So this has to be given permission by the state government. And many a times in the West Bengal Assembly, I have asked, requested Mamata Banerjee that if you can't do it, you give us a chance, we'll do it. Center will do it, and maybe some percentage of contribution will be from the state government. But she didn't do it because she is not for any kind of development for the people of West Bengal.
So last election, 2021 election and this election, if we compare both the election, BJP did everything they want to do to come to power, but last time they didn't make it. But what are the chances for BJP this time that they can come to power in West Bengal?
See, I think there's a very, very good chance.
How different is this election from 2021 election?
I think it is quite different because in 2021, the main mistake I think which we did was we bought many leaders and candidates from TMC party and we gave them tickets. People were very upset about it because we say TMC people are corrupt, and the people who are corrupt, if you are giving them ticket, so they used to say that BJP is a washing machine and everyone gets dhulai ho jata sabka. So I think that was a wrong decision. I mean, my leaders would be able to say it better, but I feel from the feedback that I got from the ground level, this time not a single person, from TMC was given a ticket.
There were some leaders who were trying to join BJP.
See, it was very, very strict, and our in charge, our observer, Sunil Bansalji and Bhupendra Yadav ji, were very, very categorically made it very clear that no TNC or any other party top level leaders will be taken into the party without the consultation of the senior leaders in West Bengal.
Okay.
Of course, ground level, workers can be inducted, but no senior level would be inducted without prior information given to our senior leadership. So, people want it because people know that this time we are forming the government, and whenever people realizes it first, police realizes it first, administration realizes it first, and they are now trying to take a new stand.
Acha, and I want to ask you, recently in an interview, Mahua Mitra, the TMC MP, given a statement which raised controversy where she said that Bengal has never been a hub for large manufacturing and cannot be. How do you see this statement which raised controversy?
See, if you are good looking and if you are a Lok Sabha leader and if you can speak good English, it doesn't mean that whatever you say makes sense. And Mahua Maitra, I think you didn't do your homework well, or you thought the people of Bengal and the people of Bharat are idiots. You are not idiots. And Bengal has always been, the center for heavy industries and all kinds of industries. Our founder, Dr. Shama Prasad Mukherjee of our party, Bharatiya Janata Party, during his tenure when he was the industrial minister in the cabinet of Jawaharlal Nehru, there were such big companies who were there. We had In my area, we had Chittaranjan Locomotive Works. Then we have Damodar Valley Corporation. Then there were so many industries: glass factory, cycle corporation, Burn Standard, Bengal paper mill. So many industries were there, and today, look at the state of West Bengal: 6,600 and probably 68 big industries have left us entirely, and they have shifted their base to other states.
Mm.
But now we have head offices of terrorist organization. That's also something to be proud of.
Do you think that this statement come in the background of कि BJP consistently raise the issue कि there is no industry in Bengal, there is no job opportunities in Bengal, so she tried to defend that.
Yes, of course, because 15 years, Mamta Banerjee in 2008, when Ratan Tata came with the factory of Nano in Singur,
Yes.
and she forced Ratan Tata out of Bengal. She said that, so what if Ratan Tata has left? We will have so many industries, and every youth will get double naukri,
Mm.
double jobs. But in all these 15 years, we saw that not a single person have got a job. So many times we requested her that he would be the happiest person
Mm.
if you have created jobs. You always say, by you always do BGBS, Bengal Global Business Summit,
Mm.
by the taxpayers' money.
Mm.
And every year you say big lies.
Mm.
21 lakh jobs have been created, 27 lakh crore investment has come up. But where is the, we can't see it in reality. So give us a white paper. But she never answered us. So we know that she is a pathological liar. And all these 15 years, TMC has failed to provide jobs to the youth of Bengal. And that is what she's trying to cover up. Mahua Maitra.
We are talking about the Bengali culture, here political culture. I will say BJP has been consistently raising the issue of cut money, the syndicate culture, the Gunda Raj. Even Rahul Gandhi during his first campaign, political campaign in Bengal, he also raised these issues. Do you think that these issues are sufficient to get the votes of the TMC people who are voting for Mamta Banerjee till now? These issues define the electoral results. Do you think that?
It is one of the reasons. There are many reasons. This will be one of the main reasons. See, we haven't got any infrastructural development like water. People are not getting water. There is rampant sand mafias activity on Damodar River or any other river in Bengal. They are using these big machines on the riverbed and stealing sand. Mamta Banerjee knows about it. Mamta's police knows about it. Mamta's administration knows about it. And this cut money that you are talking, every thana gets cut money. And Kalighat and Calcutta office gets cut money. So she knows everything. It is not that she doesn't know. So one reason is corruption, but the other is no infrastructural development, no water, no house, no road, no drain, no sewage system.
But
no education, no health service.
My question: do you think that if BJP comes to power, this will end because it is deep rooted in the Bengali system?
Our government, under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, we will never allow cut money or syndicate or tulabaji, to happen in once we form the government. And that's very clear. In 21 other states, we have our government, and from not a single touchwood, from not a single state or from the central government, we can find, any kind of corruption leading to any Vidayak, MLA, MP, or ministers till date. And we remember that time when Manmohan Singh ji was there. Every other day, some scan was, unearthed. So we are very sure we stick by our ideology. We don't have a floating ideology like Mamta Banerjee or Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi, today you are talking about cut money and you are protesting against Mamta Banerjee because it's election time. You are part of the India Alliance. You know very well what happens. You speak, your sister Priyanka Gandhi speaks about मैं लड़की हूँ, लड़ सकती हूँ. But every other day, women in Bengal are getting raped, tortured, molested. Not a single day you have raised your voice. So you have Congress has two different stands. One for their political advantage and the other, to make people fool.
You raised the women's safety issue, and in recent year, especially post 2021, we have seen several incidents like Sandesh Khali, Murshidabad, Arjekar, where women were the victims. So, do you see these incidents are isolated incidents, or there is a pattern?
No, these are not isolated incidents.
Mm.
See, when Mamata Banerjee came to power and she
Mm.
became the chief minister,
Mm.
a Park Street rape case happened. And that same woman,
Mm.
who was the opposition leader
Mm.
and she wasn't the chief minister,
Mm.
she used to take the state, kind of so much of violence, so much of protest when, so many ladies got raped,
Mm.
and she took them to writers' building and she created so much drama.
Mm.
And that time Jyoti Babu was the chief minister. And just when she becomes the chief minister, her standards change.
Mm.
And when Park Street happened, she said it's basically the women's problem. It's her character.
Mm.
She was a prostitute, or she
Mm.
was a, it was something regarding her charges.
Mm.
There was a conflict regarding her charges. So every other incident from that time, when women got, tortured,
Mm.
raped, she didn't stand by the women of Bengal. I mean, she can give us 1,000 rupees, 1,500 rupees, Lukhir Bhandar that she gives us to the women of Bengal, but we don't have any respect, any security. The women of Bengal are in a pathetic state.
I will come to that scheme, but usse pehle, even Mamata Banerjee, one of recent statements that led to another controversy, where she said in Durgapur ki औरतों को 8 बजे के बाद नहीं निकलना चाहिए. How do you see such a statement where a society is mainly a women-centric society and giving such a statement कि 8 बजे के बाद औरतों को बाहर नहीं निकलना चाहिए? How do you see
It
that?
is very normal, when you think from her point of view.
Mm.
A woman, Mamata Banerjee, who is being, maneuvered by the Jamaat of Bangladesh, it is very natural that, she is only a chief minister of the Muslims.
Mm.
I'm very sorry to say.
Mm.
But she is the chief minister not for the Hindus, not for the Parsis, not for the Christians, not for the Sikhs, only for the Muslims. And when Jamaat dictates her, it is natural that she will talk in the line of Jamaat, in the line of Islamic fundamentalist. In Pakistan, probably nobody leaves the home house after 8 p.m. Or in Syria, or in Lebanon, or in Bangladesh. She wants to become the prime minister of West Bengal with the help of the Jamaat, you know. And you know her Muslim appeasement policy. She wants to get the vote of these 30% Muslims. I'm very sorry to say, even in the Muslim community, freedom for the women is not allowed. So probably she is thinking that if women are not allowed, and she talks in those lines, she will get more of Muslim votes, and more people of Muslim religion will be happy. But it is not that, because in Muslim religion also there are thousands of educated people and educated women. So these kind of things doesn't really stand a chance, especially in Bengal. Bengal has never seen politics, or never gave permission to do politics on the basis of religion, on the basis of caste. It doesn't happen over here. And that's the reason the Hindus have completely now come together to save themselves. It's a question of our survival. That Shama Prasad Mukherjee, who fought for our West Bengal, the only homeland for the Hindus. In nowhere in the world you find Bengali Hindus' homeland. It's only in Bengal. And now you want to give the land to the Muslims. You are doing appeasement politics where our land of Hindus is being taken. Your father and forefather have given you a piece of land, and suddenly you realize that that land has gone to Sheikh Farooq or Sheikh Jamauddin. And once you go to the BLRO office, you find that your name has changed. And it's not a big deal. You just give 30,000, 40,000 bribe, and your name will be changed.
You have been consistently raising the issue of Bangladeshi infiltrators and demographic change. Not only you, the party. Your campaign mainly centered around the infiltration thing, and you are part of the manifesto committee, and even in the manifesto it is there, the infiltration thing is there. So do you think that BJP, if come to power, will be in a position to stop this infiltration?
You need land to do international fencing.
Hmm.
All these months, all these years, we have been requesting
Hmm.
from the state government to give us land. Almost 500 kilometers is without land. It's a completely porous border. And
But
you have
Mamata
people
Mamata
coming
Banerjee
in.
says कि सेंटर नहीं करती है.
No, it is not that.
Hmm.
अब सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ऑर्डर दे दिया कि देना है.
Hmm.
So if सेंटर में कोई गलती है तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट would have marked that, pointed to that center has these flaws. Supreme Court didn't say anything. Supreme Court asked the state government, Mamata government, to give land so that the central government can give, fencing to that border. You find these people coming in who are not at all our, Bharatvarsh ka citizen. You find them taking Lokhi Bandar. Just imagine. Women from Bangladesh have come and staying in Salt Lake, one of the poshest areas of Calcutta, and working as domestic help in not only in Calcutta, all over India.
It's a big allegation.
It is not allegation; it is true, because when SIR process started, we found queues, long queue of men and women running away to Bangladesh, and they themselves said to the media that we have been staying, for last so many years, we have been taking Lokir Bandar. We never want, an outsider from another country to come to my country. This is not a hotel. This is not a dharmashala. And you come and you stay here and you take my house, you take my son's job, you take my husband's, the things we are supposed to get. I can be a Hindu, I can be a Muslim, I can be a Christian, Sikh, but I am a Indian. The facilities that the central government is giving is only for the people of India, not for the people of Pakistan or Bangladesh. And after SIR, many of my voters' names have been deleted. Around 50,000 names have been deleted from my assembly. And leave alone Rohingya Bangladeshi, dead voters, duplicate voters, shifted voters. These 50,000 names were being used by TMC party all these elections, and they were winning by doing rigging in these people's names. I'm happy, and I'm happy that this process has been executed.
You come Asansol. This belt is historical, been built on coal, और coal का business यहाँ बहुत है. We call it industrial hub of Bengal also. So, do BJP has any concrete roadmap to build a coal-linked economy here, or and at the same time there is the coal mafias. So, do you have any plan how you are going to break this nexus of coal
See,
mafia
we
and
have
make it is a coal-linked economy?
See, Honorable Prime Minister always made it very clear that we have zero tolerance towards terrorism and corruption. So there shouldn't be any doubt about it. But the policy of how to go about it, how to set up this coal corridor and the coal industrial belt, that will happen, gradually once we come to power. So I'm sure, what Modi ji said, he says what we can do. He never says something which we can't do.
If we talk about Bengal political culture, political violence has become a norm here, and if we see the history, see it exists, and even in the last few years, that has increased a lot. But if I and in a recent incident where in North 24 Pargana, a TMC leaders beats his wife to death because she supported BJP. So how do you see this mindset, and do you think that this going to end anywhere?
See, the people of Bengal are very much into politics. Independence struggle also. You find a lot of Bengalis who have given their lives for the national independence movement. So the mentality of the people over here is completely embroiled into politics, and everything is politicized right now. And even after, during Left Front, of course it was, but after TMC, everything is politicized. Dollyganj film industry is politicized, auto wala union is politicized, bus wala is everything is politicized. School, college, everything is politicized, and it's kind of very intolerant kind of politics right now that we see. Nobody is tolerant towards another party,
Hmm.
especially from the TNC. We see, like what you said, that because his wife was into BJP,
Hmm.
can you imagine a husband killing his wife?
Yeah.
So that kind of politics we have seen after 2021 when we lost. Rather, we didn't lose from
Hmm.
2 to 77.
Yeah.
It was a big jump. But, almost 60 of our karyakartas were killed, brutally murdered, raped, men, women. So, very intolerant kind of politics we right now see. Even now, after election commission coming in, after Achar Sanhita in place, you are seeing so many videos where TMC leaders are threatening people.
Hmm.
You didn't see it before.
Hmm.
If you are part of BJP, your water connection will be cut, your electricity connection will be cut. No doctor will visit your place even if somebody is sick in your house.
Hmm.
If somebody dies, you will not be able to use the local shamshan. So complete boycott of a family
Hmm.
if the person is with BH.
Even today, I have received a video where a TMC leader was seen threatening people कि हमारे पास तुम्हारा आधार कार्ड वोटर आईडी से लिंक्ड है और हमें पता चल जाएगा कि तुम कहाँ वोट डालोगे एंड वी हैव अ ऐप वेयर वी कैन सी कि तुम किसको वोट डाल रहे हो तो these things has become normal in I think Bengal
Yes,
politics.
because they know that they are losing this time. TMC knows that they are losing. TMC knows that they have tortured the people of Bengal. Their chief minister promised many things, but they didn't fulfill even one single promise. And the only thing that they can do right now is create a fear
Hmm.
environment so that people don't go out to vote. What nonsense. How can somebody say that, your Aadhaar card is linked with voter card and
Yeah.
will come to know? Some people are saying in my assembly that उधर कैमरा है और तुम किसको वोट दोगे हम जान जाएंगे उसके बाद तुमको तो एक दिन 2 दिन सेंट्रल फोर्स रहेगा उसके बाद तो हम लोग देखेंगे
We will
सोच
identify
समझ के
you.
वोट करो ये तो fear psychosis. The people who are poor, who are uneducated, they are completely in fear. We try to combat, we try to, kind of explain it to them. डरने का कोई विषय नहीं है, and which election commission has told us.
Do you think that this fear thing is going to impact the election
Of
and
course.
especially the BJP voters?
Of course, it's going to impact not only with BJP voters, with everybody. There are so many TMC people, so many CPM people, so many Congress people who want to swing their votes, give it to BJP. They are saying that इस बार बंगाल को बचाना है, पश्चिम बंगाल को पश्चिम बांग्लादेश होने नहीं देंगे. इस बार आइडियोलॉजी छोड़कर लेट्स वोट टू सेव बंगाल. नेक्स्ट इलेक्शन में आइडियोलॉजी का वोट होगा. एवरीबडी इज सेइंग. बट उसमें अगर गरीब आदमी को, गरीब महिला को, you create this fear psychosis. So, election commission and Mr. Ganesh Kumar needs to take care of this situation because like West Bengal, you don't have any other state. जो घर से पोलिंग स्टेशन तक आएगा उस दिन वो कैसे आएगा? आज जो डर बैठा दिया है. A month back, I read a news in the paper, a very reputed paper, that in Jhargram, villages after villages, voter card has been taken over and burnt. आप अगर वोटर कार्ड ही ले तो आप वोट देंगे कैसे?
True.
So this is happening. वोटर कार्ड ले लेना, उस रात को वोटर कार्ड ले लेना, डराना, धमकाना, दारू पिला के completely they get, kind of unconscious, I will not say in the conscious state, but they are not in a state to give vote the next morning. ऐसे भी हो रहे हैं.
So how you are going to counter it?
See, we
Because
are
anyway, it's going to affect the election and it will
this
benefit
time I think the
TMC.
people, have realized that we are getting nowhere. We kind of need to take hold of Bengal, otherwise 1500 का लक्ष्मी भंडार बोलिए या डर का मौसम बोलिए या whatever. We need to go out and vote. And wherever I'm going, 98% people are saying, I'm with you. They are either, giving a signal or I'm with you. 2% people are not reacting. Maybe they are not with us. But 98% people, 99% people are with you. And this can't be enacted. This is very genuine emotion. they are happy to see me. They are happy to talk about Modi ji. They are happy to see the flag. It's genuine emotion.
So you talked about Modi ji, and recently, I think 1 or 2 days back, PM has said that there will be a special parliament session from April 16 to fast track women reservation, and he wants to implement it before 2029 election. So, do you think that this is going to impact election in some way, another way? Because Bengal is a women-centric society, and women reservation in election is will be a big thing. So do you think BJP will get any advantage of this in Bengal polls?
It should get, because the educated
Hmm.
women and the men who
Hmm.
support their women
Hmm.
will be absolutely happy hearing it.
Hmm.
That 33% women representation will be in Lok Sabha, in Vidhan Sabha, in all public representative, in those kind of elections. I think that it will not have much effect with the poor people, who don't know much about it. But for the educated people, definitely it is going to have an effect.
Gavita ji, I want to understand a psyche of people here. See, what has happened in Sandesh Khali and Murshidabad was not a normal thing. And women were at the center of these violence. Despite that, a big chunk of women votes for Mamta Didi. I just want to understand the reason why they vote for, despite seeing all these things, despite seeing all these atrocities against women, they vote for, and I shared the number with you also. So what is the reason why they vote for Mamta Banerjee? Just because she's a woman?
It is not that Mamta Banerjee is a woman.
Mm.
If Mamta was a man, then also they would have voted, because they are getting that money. And for a poor woman, you know, living in a village, having no money in her own hands, the children are going to school. She wants, a little bit of money given to her children for tiffin, or a nail polish for herself, or for her daughter. Every time it is not very prestigious for a woman even to ask money from the husband, where the mother-in-law and father-in-law is there. So in this kind of a situation, 1,000 rupees or 1,500 rupees or
Yeah, she has
1,700
improved the
rupees
amount.
is quite a much, quite a lot of money for those poor women. And they get sad, when you hear about Ajikor, you hear about Durgapur, you hear about about women atrocity. But right now, when I'm moving on the field, I see a lot of change. Even in villages, women are saying that they are fed up. They are fed up. They don't want. Some are saying that we don't want Lokhi Bhandar. Give our children jobs. Give my husband a job. So women are realizing, and you see this time, I'm very confident. Not only in Asansol South, entire Bengal, you will see a huge percentage of women voting for BJP,
Because
for
as
Modi
you
ji.
said that, and I have been traveling across Bengal, and I can witness that anti-incumbency against Mamta government, against TMC government. But again, my question is that will this and will BJP be able to convert this anti-incomes and incumbency into a win?
Yes, with the policies we are coming in with the manifesto that we had, it was a brilliant manifesto, and everything, for the we are getting jobs, which is one of the main thing,
Yeah.
for the people of Bengal, for the youth of Bengal. In my Asansol South, there is 35,000 to 40,000 crore investment in ISCO, in the steel factory, and we promise that 5,000 jobs we will create from Asansol South, and this will be everywhere. Modi ji said that industries will come, and till industries are coming in, till my children are getting jobs, we will give 3,000 rupees to every girl and boy, who are trying to get a job. So for everyone, we had something in the manifesto, and people are very, very optimistic. People want the industry, want the party to change, and people are sometimes they get very upset that we gave you vote in 2021, but we don't know why it didn't happen. Again, this time we are taking a risk. we are coming out, we are protesting, and we are being by your side. I hope again, you will not let us down. So this is the kind of remarks we get from the common people.
So you see that as per Agnimitra ji, this election is all about Save Bengal election. There are so many things which is not well, which is not good for the Bengal.
No, nothing is good actually. You can't say one thing good. I will kind of take away myself from BJP party and talk to you as a woman of
As a
West
voter
Bengal,
of-
not part of not member of any party. And I want to know one good thing which this TMC government has done for the people of Bengal in the last 15 years. Not a single thing. In 8,000 schools have closed down. 8,000 and 10,000 schools are on the way of closing down. And if you go to a school, you will see such miserable state the schools are in. We have so much work to do once a government is there in place. No toilet, no proper table chair, no proper blackboard, no proper food. Midday meal, the quality of midday meal is pathetic.
So you are saying that the state is lacking even basic infrastructure.
Basic. And 60% of midday meal fund is coming from center. Spoiled, rotten rice, watery dal, and adha anda, half egg, is given to schools children. These are our next generation who are going to take care of Bengal or our country. No nutrition. How will they take care? Education is finished. Our 26,000 jobs of teachers have been completely given up, deleted, taken away by this Mamta government because she took bribe. Her government ministers
teacher
and
scam.
the teacher scam that we all know about. If you have education, the main thing is education. If you have education, you will protest. If you have education, you will not spit on the road. If you have education, you will respect every other religion, every other
Ideology,
gender,
thoughts.
every other ideology.
Yeah.
But Mamta is very intelligent and cunning. She has broken the complete education system so that once a child is not educated, the child will not ask you questions. I need water in my house. I need sanitation. I need toilet in my house. I don't want to go to the field in this 22nd century where Modi ji is, asking women to come in all walks of life. ISRO scientists are women who is sending Chandrayaan and Aditya. And today in Bengal, women doesn't have toilets. So if there is no education, you don't raise questions. And if there is education, you will raise a question which Mamta Banerjee doesn't want. And that's the reason 8,000 of her schools have closed down. And she is asking civic volunteers to come in and teach our children. We really want to do so much planning is there. And we are so sure that we are forming the government in 2026 on the 4th of May. And under the able leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, we will bring milestone changes to the people of Bengal. We are sure about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.